Alrighty, B-Bay40 back with a kind of a long video on Zombie Mayhem and all the primary weapons that you get in the game. So I went through, I tested each weapon, made a video of each weapon, and just about every one of them I went 40 waves. I did the 40 wave option, went all the way with just this particular weapon. So I'm just going to show you some highlights of each weapon, how well they hold up in the game, how strong they are, just give a few comments on each one. And what I also did here is I'm showing you how you have to level up to each weapon, and you pay a certain amount of game money for each weapon. As you level up, you can buy it. So I'm also going to include a chart here I'm going to show you shortly, which may help you decide which weapons to purchase as you play the game and level up, and which weapons I think would be best to help you level up faster, kill zombies quicker and easier as you play the game. So, and pause the game anytime you want to look at anything in any detail here. I go through some of these kind of quick. I'm going to show you the statistics on each weapon, how much ammo it holds, how much in the clip, how much in reserve, what kind of a fire rate it has, how much damage the bullets do. So here's the spreadsheet I did. Now what I did when I came up with this is I took some of the main factors into consideration. How much ammo the gun carries, how much damage each bullet does, the fire rate, how fast it fires, because it all adds together to damage the zombies. If you could fire 10 bullets that only have a damage of 20, at the same rate, you could fire only one bullet that has a damage of 100. Those 10 bullets times 20 is 200 damage, so that's going to be better than one bullet at 100 damage. So that's what I'm going to look at. I try to compare all these different factors in this chart. So like I say, pause it and look at the different guns and the way they're arranged, and I'm going to talk about each one. I'll let you know where they fall. Now I'm going to show you each gun and statistics, like its damage, its fire rate, magazine, how much ammo it holds in the magazine to each clip, how much time it takes to reload, which is another factor I tried to include, what the range is. I tried to include that too because that has to deal with the accuracy, how far away you can deliver damage. Reserve ammo is also very important. How much, because a lot of these guns, when I ran 40 waves with the gun, I'd run out of ammo. Some of them I might run out of ammo quite often, and I wouldn't recommend those. And my chart that I showed there earlier, the spreadsheet, reflects all these different factors when I stacked them all against each other and figured out which ones were the best. And I'll show it again at the very end here. I'll show that spreadsheet again. Or if you want to back up and look at it again, just pause and look over the different guns. And you can pause any one of these at any time you want to, in the video, if you want to stop and look at each gun. Now this one, the Dragunov and the VSS, were actually fun weapons to play with, because what I found is what you can do with them is you can use their scope and basically be a sniper from a long distance and take off the zombies, take them out pretty quick and easy. It's kind of fun using those guns, the sniper rifles. This one, though, was actually very disappointingly weak. The Barrett, I was very disappointed in the Barrett. I just did not like using that compared to the other rifles. And it got rated very low because, not just because of my personal preference, just because of the statistics. It kind of explains why I was disappointed in the gun. So the Uzi is actually one of my favorites. I like this gun, even though it didn't rate at the top. I use it quite often. I also use the Striker. I think is the strongest shotgun overall because of the amount of ammo that it carries in reserve. And the AK is the number one gun for me. It came on top of my chart. Here's the VSS, which is the top sniper rifle in my opinion. It's really fun to use and to play in the game. This guy is the most powerful gun, but it's not good because it doesn't give you a lot of time to kill zombies. And when you got a horde of zombies coming at you, you want to be able to take them all down quickly. The Spas there was a shotgun that a lot of players prefer over a lot of the rifles. But I've always been a machine gun. Always leaned toward machine guns preference. But this game here actually got me looking toward the rifles more, the sniper rifles. So here, what I'm showing you, what I recommend you do with each of the guns that you decide to go with, is I recommend that you do these base upgrades, increase them all the way. You know, get all 3 of them maxed out, and get the drum a magazine so you can carry more ammo, so you don't run out of ammo as often. And each of them, you know, you buy with game money. You don't buy these with Robux or even with the Zombucks that you get in the game. You buy them with the actual cash that you earn in the game. And what I recommend you do with the cash is also do all the daily challenges. Come in every day and do the daily challenges. Play for 30 minutes. You know, you do the different challenges, how you kill zombies with melee weapons. You rebuild the barricades. You kill a certain number of zombies, or kill them with grenades, like 50 zombies with grenades. You know, you earn all these extra credits from doing these challenges every day, and they help you level up a lot faster and earn cash a lot faster. So. Now, the other thing besides the drum mag is that you recommend this ACOG scope. I've looked at the different scopes, and ACOG is really the best. The other scope that you'll see on the end, I'll show you. I don't know if it doesn't show. See the scopes here. So I think I'll max out the. I didn't have the striker all the way maxed out yet, so I'm going to max that out. You do want to do the fire rate too, because like I said, the more bullets you can shoot in a shorter period of time, the more zombies you can take down. So this one automatically comes with a drum mag, so you don't have to purchase the drum mag for the striker. I'll show you here on another gun, little MP5. It's got the ACOG scope, which I recommend. I already put it on this gun, and the drum mag. I already got it on this gun. The other one was oh gosh, I just kind of missed it there. The problem with the most expensive scope is that it blocks too much of your view. It has a very narrow view in the middle of the scope, and the scope is just really thick and fat, and it just blocks your view, so I don't recommend that scope at all. I just recommend the ACOG. So I think it's called the aim point scope, or aim right, or something. Let's see if I show it here again. Yeah, aim point. I don't recommend that scope, even though it's supposed to be, you know, it's more expensive. You'd think it's better, but it's not. It's really not a better scope. But I do recommend all the scopes because they help you. One of the main challenges you want to achieve eventually, if you keep playing this game, is you want to be able to kill 25,000 zombies with headshots. And it really gives you a huge amount of bonus, you know, XP. It'll boost you about 5 levels, and give you, I forget how much cash it gives you, but it's like 1.5. It gives you a lot of cash, like 1.5 million or something. Anyway, so this is the very first weapon. This is your M4A1 that you start off with when you first enter the game. And it actually wasn't too bad of a gun. I don't have the scope on it yet when this particular video was made, but you can see in early rounds, I'm on wave 12 already, and it's still just taking the zombies down. I do have the drum mag, I believe, because it carries extra ammo, but you can see it pretty handily takes down the zombies for, you know, I would say it's pretty good up to like wave 20. You should still be able to keep taking the zombies down. And I've, now this one here, this is your MP5, and it's the second, is it the second or the third? Yes, the second gun that you earn. So you only get it at level 2. You can purchase this gun if you want to. I don't recommend it because it's not better than the the M4A1. I don't think it's any better. But you see how the scope works. You can do a lot of nice headshots with the scope. It really helps you zoom in and line up the heads of the zombies. And the zombies, you hear like this splat sound. You hear that splat sound? That tells you that you got a headshot. Now, if you're looking through that aim point scope, you wouldn't see nearly as much as you see in this view here. It takes up so much of your screen. It blocks a lot of your view. That's why I don't recommend ever getting that aim point scope. I recommend this ACOG much more over the other scopes. It works really well for me anyway. So this is going to another higher round, round 18, wave 18. You can see these guns, they start to lose their effectiveness because it takes a lot of rounds to take down a zombie. And this one does have a high fire rate, but its reserve ammo is not the best. And the amount of ammo in the clip is not the best. And the strength of these rounds, this MP5, the let's see here, bullet strength is only 16. It's very low. So the M4A1 was 22. It's like 6 points higher. So I would not ever recommend buying this particular gun. Alright, so now we're going to look at the first shotgun that you get a chance to purchase, the M590. And I do not recommend buying this particular gun. Compared to the other shotguns, it's practically useless. It's not a very good gun at all. I'm at wave 26. It is a high wave, but still, the other shotguns would take down this horde very quickly. And the problems with this gun is, besides the ammo not being very strong, being relatively weak, from what I can tell, the damage. Now it says it does damage of 4 times each bullet, and I think each bullet is 53. So it's 4 times that. But the other ones, like the Striker, it ends up with damage at 212. The Striker ends up with damage at 240. And has a much faster fire rate, and it holds a lot more ammo in the clip. And it reloads faster. This gun just does not reload very fast, and it's just not worth it. So now we're gonna look at the G36C, and I was actually a little bit impressed with this gun. You see the damage is 30, which is pretty good. So compared to all the other guns, I mean, this one here you can buy at only level 8, and it's only 12,000 game dollars. So I do highly recommend getting this gun as soon as you can. Save your money until you get to level 8. Just buy this gun. It'd be worth it over the other ones that we've seen so far. This one actually came in ranked at number 15 out of 24 on my spreadsheet, you know, looking at all the different factors. So it did relatively well. I do recommend this gun as an early gun that you buy until you can buy something in a higher tier, a better, stronger weapon with stronger ammo and more ammo in reserve, and more ammo in the clip. But this gun actually did not do too bad. I actually liked it. Now the Fenfal damage is high, but it's a single shot kind of a rifle, and it wasn't like a sniper rifle. You couldn't actually look through the scope very well and shoot zombies. It didn't work well. The scope didn't work well. It's kind of hard to line it up properly, and it looked like you had it lined up perfectly sometimes, and I'd pull the trigger and the zombie wouldn't even jump and wouldn't even do any damage at all. So the scope did not seem to work well with this particular rifle. And the Fenfal, it came in just a notch higher than the G36C, and it's mainly because of the bullet damage being a little bit more. The ammo capacity was lower, the clip was lower, less ammo in the clip. But I'd say it turned out that it ended up being just a hair, I mean, they're very, very close as far as the overall number between the two. So, but I recommend the G36C over this particular gun because the Fenfal was a single trigger. It wasn't automatic. You had to keep pulling the trigger every time you wanted to fire it. Now the P90 here was very impressive, I thought, mainly because of its fire rate was really high, and it carried a lot more ammo than a lot of the other guns. So because it had a lot of ammo in the clip, a lot of ammo in reserve, this gun stacked up much better than the others. So the P90 actually, it came in at, gosh, I guess it would be almost like number 10 out of 24. So it did really well as far as its rank on the chart. And I actually enjoyed using it when I did a full run. It wasn't a bad gun. PPSH was very, very disappointing. Very weak. gun. The fire rate wasn't very great. The amount of ammo carried wasn't really great. So the PPSH came out near the bottom. It was like number 21 out of 24. Its damage was only 23, whereas the P90 was 24. But the P90 had a 1200 fire rate, and this guy was less of a fire rate. But the ammo, the P90 was carrying 530, where the PPSH only carries 361, total ammo capacity. So that's one of the things that hurt it more. Its fire rate's a little bit lower, and it carries a lot less ammo. And it just did not stack up very well, looking at all the different factors I used to determine, how effective a gun was. So I do not recommend getting a PPSH at all. Just save your money, just pass it right up. I think it was, let's see, PPSH you would get right after at level 22. The P90 you get at level 17. So this is an event that happens sometimes in these games. We have to run and get a gas mask, get this poison gas. Starts to fill the air, and you got to put a gas mask on. I think this particular event occurs in all the different maps in the game. So now the next gun we're going to look at is going to be the MP9, which came in a little better than the MP5. That you started off as the second gun that you can get in the game. The MP9 will cost you about $75,000. You get it at level 25, and it came in pretty low, like about number 18, 17. So on my list, and again mainly because bullet strength is only 22, even though it has a really high fire rate. It does carry a good amount of ammo. But when using it in the game, it just, because the ammo was so weaker than the others, it just did not hold up or compared to the other guns. Some of the other guns we already looked at. I would take a P90 over this, or some of the other ones that we looked at. The G36C, I would take both those guns over this one. So, but see, I got frustrated at just wave 17. I couldn't kill all these zombies I was running. It just seemed like taking forever, so I just threw a grenade at them. So yeah, you can pretty much do 40 rounds with any gun that you choose out of the available weapons that you may have leveled up with. But you'll find yourself having to use either your melee weapons sometimes, or throwing grenades to take out the zombies. Now, the RPD did surprisingly well. It came in at, I would say, number 6 on my chart. And the reasons it did so well is mainly because of the amount of ammo that it holds, which I really liked. The clip can hold 160 rounds, which is a lot. And then you get 250 in reserve, so you can refill that clip almost twice after you empty it. It just keeps firing. And the ammo for this RPD, the damage is 31, which is better than any other guns we've seen so far. So it's relatively strong and holds a ton of ammo, which just made it a great gun to use. This is round 29, wave 29 in the game, so you can see that it's still taking zombies down pretty effectively. So in an RPD, you can get that one at level 30. It's 115,000 cash, game money. So you may want to even, once you get the G35C, you may want to just hold on to keep collecting your cash and collecting cash until you get up there to get the RPD and buy that one. Now the Scar H, damage is only 25. I wasn't too impressed with it. It came in pretty low on my ranking here. The fire rate's only 600. It's half of what it is for other guns. And the ammo wasn't fantastic. I mean, about comparable with some of the other guns as far as how much ammo it can carry in the clip or in reserve. but the rounds were pretty weak. So the SCAR H came in pretty low on my chart due to the slow fire rate and a relatively slow fire rate and relatively weak ammo compared to some of the other guns. So I just skip right over this one as you're leveling up. Not worth buying. I would say the next gun in a row after the RPD, if you choose to buy that one, is saving money for the FAMAS, F-A-M-A-S. That turned out to be a very, very good gun. I used it myself for quite a while. I think from the time I was able to buy it, the FAMAS, you can get at level 48. I probably used it all the way up to close to level 90 until I can get the AK-47. So that's my recommendation there, is save your money till you can get the FAMAS after the RPD. So the guns I recommended so far, stick with your M4A1 until you can get the G36C, which is level 8. And from there, I recommend going all the way till you get the RPD, which is level 30. And then from there, I recommend going all the way till you can get the FAMAS. Now this is the Dragunov. And this was one of those sniper rifles I was talking about. It actually was fun to play with. And I just had some lag in the game right there. But you can see you could shoot from the hip, get some good headshots. The crosshairs work fairly well. And using the scope, comes with its own scope, so you don't have to buy the ACOG. Just use the scope that comes with the gun. It works really well. And so it was fun to use. It was fun playing rounds with this particular gun. The VSS is a better sniper rifle than this one, but this one was pretty good, the Dragunov. So if you like that, if you like sniper rifles and just, scoping in like that, you can see how I take those guys out from a long way, headshots even. It was just fun to play with this particular gun. And we're at round 39, wave 39. You can see how well it's working, taking down zombies at wave 39. So I was pretty happy with this one. It was fun to play with. I can hear a zombie to my left somewhere. So yeah, if you want to play around with sniper rifles, this is the first good one that you can buy in the game. And this is the Dragunov. I recommend getting it if you want to have fun with it. It's you just have to be level 36 in the game to get this particular gun. And it's 150,000 game dollars to buy it. So the other thing too is I like to do is round up a bunch of zombies, kill them with grenades, or kill them with, if you use the shotguns, any of the shotguns, the Striker or the SPAS, I recommend you do that. You just round up the zombies and turn and take them all out with the shotgun shells. They're much more effective. The shotguns have very limited ammo, so it's really what you need to do with shotguns is round up the zombies into a bunch, do a zombie roundup, and then just start blasting them. And that way you can kill multiple zombies with your shotgun rounds. Now this is the MP7, which I think was the best of the submachine guns, MPs anyway. The MP5, MP9, MP7 here was pretty good. I really like playing with this gun, running around with this gun. It's a good one to get. Not as good as the FAMAS. It's coming up. I recommend you save your money for the FAMAS, or famous FAMAS. But the MP7 is not bad. If you choose to get it, you won't be disappointed. It's a decent gun. It's a level 42 gun. 200,000 game dollars to buy it at that level, when you get to that level. And I enjoyed it. I did 40 waves with it and had fun with this particular gun. So the next one is the FAMAS, and I want to show you this one. It's an unusual gun, and I would expected it to have ranked higher on my chart, but it's hard to quantify this one because of the way it shoots. It shoots 3 rounds at a time. See how it shoots 3 spurts of 3? But that makes it very effective. So that one round, if you look at the FAMAS, and it came in, I think at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 8 on my chart. It says the fire rate's only 272, and the bullet strength is 59. But what you got to consider is when it does that spurt of 59, spurt of 3 bullets in a row is 3 times that 59. So you're getting a lot of damage coming out of the gun at each spurt of 3 rounds. And you see it's pretty effective at taking the zombies down here. And the ammo holds up surprisingly well. I mean, the clip holds 63 rounds and has 300 in reserve. That's without the drum mag. If you get the drum mag, you get... Oh, I'm sorry. There's a game pass you can buy. It gives you an extra 50% ammo capacity in your reserve. It's one of the game passes that I purchased. Now this is, you know, level 38, wave 38 with the FAMAS. And you can see I'm still doing pretty well as far as taking different zombies down here. When they were at their, you know, about their maximum strength for a 40 round game. Now what I've got here, you're going to show you, these are the fire zombies, the burnt zombies. This is a fire zombie event, or a burnt zombie event, where they come out. You get about a dozen of them that come out. And what you have to do is run off and pull the fire alarm to weaken them. The water weakens them. Otherwise, they're very difficult to kill. They're the most difficult zombie to kill while they're on fire. And they are stronger than any other zombie, stronger than the brutes. But I do it sometimes just for fun, if I don't have a lot of other zombies out when the fire event occurs. And it does actually occur most of the time when you're at the end of a round. I notice a lot of these events, like the gas, poisonous gas, or the fire zombies, the burnt zombies, if you take a long time to finish a wave, you might get one of these events might show up. It just seems to happen quite often, more often than not in this particular game, is to get one of these odd events if you're taking too long to complete a wave. So you may get these more often at higher waves, where it is more difficult to kill all the zombies and takes more time to kill them. So, but you see the FAMAS was able to take out all these zombies with the ammo that we had in the clip in reserve, so it's a decent gun for it. So now we're going to look at the double barrel shotgun, and I was actually very, very surprised at how well this gun did. I wasn't expecting it to be worth anything, but this double barrel, let me see where it fell in my chart. If I can find it here. I seem to have lost it. Oh, I get it's down kind of low, but I was expecting it to be. The only reason it's so low on my chart is because of the limited amount of ammo that it has. And when you only get 2 rounds in a clip, and you only get 32 in reserve, so that's not a lot of ammo to deal with. But the ammo is very, very strong. The ammo rates at about 101 per shot, but you get 4. It's 4 times 101. So it can take down a lot of zombies in just one shot. Oh, I just missed that one. Oh, no, I had a little lag in the game. So the double barrel, I ran 40 waves with that one, full gun, a full game of 40 waves, and I enjoyed it. It was fun to play with. Yeah, this is wave 38, and you can see how it's taking the zombies down pretty handily, just rather quickly. So it was a decent, overall, a decent gun to play with. It just had such limited ammo, such a limited amount of ammunition. Plus, you can only fire 2 rounds and it has to reload. Fire 2 rounds and reload. And these things had an impact on where it fell in my chart, these factors. But if you want to have fun with one of these shotguns, it's a fun one to do a challenge with. Now it turns out that it's because its ammo is limited, and what I'm wanting to do is round up the zombies, do a zombie roundup, and also having to deal with the little elves that shoot at you like that. Those little elves do a lot of damage, and there's sometimes a lot of them at these higher waves. And even if you jump and try to avoid them, they still hit you from a long way away. See, that one, I was like probably 30 feet away from that down thing, and he still hit me from behind. See, here's a couple. Watch what happens. Watch how far away they are. He comes screaming at me, and he hits me. These two almost took me down. As far away as he was, he still hit me. They make me so mad sometimes. Now this is the Barrett, which I was very disappointed in. I like these. I was liking these sniper rifles, but the Barrett here, it only carries 14 rounds in the clip and 75 in reserve, so I had very low amount of ammo. The damage was only 88 compared to others which were over 100, and the fire rate is very slow. And reload time took 4.5 seconds. Very long time to reload. So all these factors came into play, and this guy ended up kind of low on my chart as far as compared to other weapons, as far as overall effectiveness. And I would not recommend wasting your money on the Barrett when you get to that level. Let's see where the Barrett becomes available. Looks like level 60. You have the option of purchasing the Barrett for $450,000, and I do not recommend it. It was a very disappointing gun. And you can see shooting from the hip, it doesn't do very well. Now here's the Barrett again in a different map, using the scope this time. Now the scope, it does do better than trying to shoot from the hip. And I did have more fun when I decided to just use the scope with it. It does zoom in really well, and it comes with its own scope. You don't have to buy the ACOG or any other scope with this gun. And I think it's the same story with all the different sniper rifles. They come with their own scope. They don't even give you the option of purchasing the ACOG with it. You can see some of the shots, it looks like I was lined up, but they just weren't connecting. Now some of the other rifles, like the Dragunov and the VSS, they wouldn't miss as often, and they would take most of the zombies down with a single shot. So this guy should have been stronger. You can see the Dragunov, let's see if I can find it here in my list. The bullet strength is 105, and this guy's only 88. And this is a higher level weapon. And it's a similar sniper rifle. But to me, just not worth it. I say don't waste your money on the Barrett. Now the M60 was a pretty decent gun. It reminded me of the RPD. It holds a lot of ammo, and it came in really high, like number 3 on my chart here. It's a combination of bullet strength and ammo, how much ammo's in the clip and how much ammo's in reserve. And the fire rate was decent at 600. Reload time was 4 seconds, still took a little while to reload. But all the factors combined put this guy up pretty high. And you can see, this is early round, it's only wave 9. But, you know, it's just taking all these zombies down pretty handily. I liked it, and I like playing, you know, going 40 waves with this gun. It was a good one to go with. And it goes, I mean, 130 rounds in the clip. You can go a long time before you have to reload it. A lot of times you can clear an entire wave before you have to reload the gun. Now this guy here, the ACR, just another rifle with, let me see, check out the statistics on this one. He did not rank very high because its fire rate wasn't high as the other good machine guns. It's 750, and the bullet strength is only 28. So the bullet strength was not very good. You know, compared to the AK-47, which is 53, the bullet strength was very weak. So this is another gun I recommend just skipping over when you get to it. It's a level 69 gun, 575,000 game dollars. You'd just be wasting buying this one. So still, from the FAMAS, I mean, after getting the FAMAS, if you would go that route, the only gun I would recommend to this point to come after that would be the M60. But even that one, I recommend you wait until you get the Uzi. Now the Uzi was just a fun gun to play with. It really is a good gun. I actually, when I did all these numbers and calculated it out, I was kind of disappointed that it came in lower than some of these other guns in my spreadsheet, but that's just by the numbers. As far as gameplay, I enjoy the Uzi. It's just a fun gun to play with. I like the sound of it. I just like that it's lightweight. You can run faster with it, and it holds a decent amount of ammo, and ammo is pretty strong. The Uzi strength is 44 for bullet strength, which is pretty darn good, you know, for a machine gun. And it had one of the higher reserve ammos of 400, more than most of the other guns. The Uzi is actually one of the guns I'll select now when I go in, you know, just to play a game for fun, because it is a fun gun to play with, and it's a very effective gun. Relatively strong gun. Now here they had a burnt zombie event, but I managed to get a ray gun. You see, these guys are just really, really tough. They're the toughest zombie to kill when they're on fire. But sometimes I decide to kill them with a katana, or kill them if like in this case I got a ray gun, because of all the XP and game money that you can earn from killing them. They give you a lot of XP and money because they're so strong. They give you a lot of benefits if you can kill them while they're still on fire. And once you kill all 12 of them, that's just the end of the event. So, now this is another map. This is the Wasteland, or Waste Town, it's called. But here I'm showing you the Uzi again. This is wave 39, and this is before I got some of the upgrades. I'm going to show what this gun was like at a high wave, because I like it. And it's very effective. It's a good gun to use in the game. I do highly recommend it. When you get up to that level, the Uzi, you have to be at level 73, I believe it is. And it costs 625 game dollar. But once you get up this level, you don't have to wait too much longer. You can get the Striker, which is the #1 gun on my list, or #2. Oh, I'm sorry, it came in #4. But still, it's the #1 shotgun, the Striker. I use that sometimes. I go in and have fun just with playing with that gun. And then the AK is at level 86. The Striker's only level 82. And after that, you got the VSS. And that did come in #2 after the AK-47. The VSS is just a really fun sniper rifle to use in this game. So getting near some of the last upper level guns, upper tier. Now the last gun you could get in the game was the Vector, and I was actually pretty disappointed in the Vector, especially being such a high level gun. The Vector damage is only 28 per bullet, which is very low. I mean, AK-47 is 53. The M60 is 41. The VSS sniper rifle is 110. And your shotguns, the Striker is 240 and the Spas is 400. So these guys are, I definitely, it's the highest gun in the list. You spend the most amount of money for it, but it is definitely not worth it. The Vector isn't. Now this is the Striker, which I enjoyed playing with. I think it's the best shotgun. I think it's better than the Spas, simply because you can get much more ammo. The rounds are not as strong as the spas, but you can see you can take down a horde of zombies on a single clip. And this is just showing you how it can take down the boss. This is the first boss, which in my opinion is the most difficult boss. But you see how quickly and effectively this striker can take him down. Let's take out the other zombies. Oh well, sometimes I'd take out my katana to kill the zombies that it spawns while I'm shooting at the boss. I'll do that sometimes. I'll just line the zombies up between me and the boss, so I end up killing them when I'm shooting at the boss. See, it didn't take much effort to still got a lot of ammo in reserve to take that boss down with the striker. And here's just a higher, I'm at wave 45 here. I decided to do an endless round. And this is the strike at wave 45. You can see how well it still takes down the zombies. And that's why this gun came in ranked so high. I ranked it at number 4 on my list. It's just a really good gun, and I will select this one sometimes. So I go in and play, just to play a game for fun. This is one of the guns that I choose. It's a toss-up between this one, the AK-47, the Uzi, and the FAMAS. Those are my top 4 guns that I like in this game. And now I look at the AK-47. You see its stats: damage of 53. It's got a decent fire rate. It holds 63 rounds in the magazine. I mean, it's just overall, it's one of the strongest guns overall, and it came in number 1 at the top of my ranking. Doing it by the numbers. Some people may disagree with it being the number 1 gun, but I like it. And this was back. Gosh, I was level 95. And I didn't even buy my Barrett yet. I was using the Tech 9 still as my secondary weapon. My Beretta, I should say, is what I use now for my secondary weapon. I mean, it sounds like the FAMAS has about the same fire rate when the bullets that are shooting, but it doesn't have any time between the spurts. Like the FAMAS will do spurts of three zombies, 3 bullets at a time. This one's just a continuous, strong damage, non-stop. The FAMAS had damage of 59, and this one had 53. But the FAMAS has that break between spurts, 3 shots at a time, and then there's a break, and then 3 shots at a time, and it's a break. Whereas the AK does not have any breaks. And here I'm just going to show it taking down this is the 3rd boss that comes out in the game. Now, when you're fighting these bosses, what I recommend you do is what I'm doing here is just get yourself some distance, because a lot of the bosses will not even shoot at you. They won't attack you unless you're within a certain distance from them. So if you can stay away from them, a good distance away from them, then you can just keep shooting them and taking them down. And that's what makes it difficult with some of the shotguns, like the SPAS. The SPAS is not very accurate. You can't do any damage from this far away with the SPAS shotgun. And that's why it's got rated lower than a lot of the guns here, is because its accuracy is very low. You have to get right up close to a zombie to kill it, or a boss. And in the process, you take a lot of damage. getting too close to the bosses. You see, I was able to take him down pretty effectively from quite a distance away. That's mainly because the AK has accuracy rating at 235, whereas the SPAS accuracy rating is only 70. Much, much, much lower. You have to get much closer with the shotguns to kill bosses. And it's just dangerous. Now, this is a VSS. And this one is just a lot of fun to play with as a sniper rifle. It's very strong. The VSS, it came in number 2 on my chart. The bullet strength is 110. It's twice as much as the AK. But your ammo is very limited. 150 in reserve, which is half as much what you get with the AK-47. And you only get 44 in the clip, which is a lot for a sniper rifle. A lot of ammo in the clip. So this VSS it was just fun to play with. I like doing this, getting off in the distance somewhere and just picking them off with headshots. It was just a fun gun to play with in this game, and I'll do that sometimes. Like I was saying, you know, the VSS would be my choice for a sniper rifle. But again, like the shotguns, because your ammo is kind of limited, just gather up the zombies in a cluster like this and take them out. You know, in this case, one at a time, but with shotguns, you take out several zombies at a time when you get them all clustered up like that, you know, into a bunch. And when you want to run, if you see what I'm doing, I switch to my secondary weapon because it's a lot lighter. And you can just run a lot faster with your secondaries than you can with your primary weapons. Or your melee weapons sometimes you can run faster. Now the AWM, it is another sniper rifle. But I rated it very, relatively low because it just does not have a lot of ammo. It's the most powerful gun in the game. Bullet damage is 425. I have one case here I'll show you. Is that I got a incendiary bullet, which is like a silver bullet in other game. It gives you extra strength to your ammo. And I was able to take down a horde of 20 zombies with just 2 shots. Because of the incendiary bullet. Now this rifle is very, very strong, obviously, but the ammo is very, very limited. You only get 11 in the clip, and the reserve is only 48. So that's a total of only 59 rounds. It's not a whole lot of rounds. You can't just sit there and pick off zombies one at a time. You'll run out of ammo very quick. So that's why I do this. I round up the zombies, and then just zoom in. Now, one thing I didn't like about it, too, is that every time you fire the shot, it takes you out of your aim mode. It takes you out of the scope. And you have to reactivate the scope each time. I did not like that. I don't know why. All the other guns did not have that problem. One shot, and then it pops you right out of the scope. I'm not doing that myself. But that's the case right there. I was talking about the incendiary bullet was active. I took down about 20 zombies with 2 shots. So even though this AWM is pretty powerful, it just doesn't have a whole lot of ammo, and it takes a long time to reload between shots. So you have to do this every time. You have to do a zombie roundup, get them all rounded up in a bunch like this, and then shoot them. But it gets kind of impractical at higher waves when the zombies are stronger and they're spawning more. You get more zombies per round. So now we're going to look at the SPAS. This is a lot of players' favorite gun, I've found out. They say it's the best gun, but it comes down to personal preference. Again, it's limited ammo, limited in the chamber, the clip, limited in reserve. If you don't do this zombie roundup, you can't just go around shooting zombies one at a time. You just run out of ammo. So you got to kind of gather them in bunches like this and take them out. Otherwise, you're not going to make it with this gun. It's just not going to work because you keep running out of ammo. You'll be relying more on your secondary or your melee or grenades, to get through a wave. And it just makes the game longer too, because it takes time to round up these zombies. Whereas with a machine gun, I could just take them all down as they spawn and come out. I mean, it's a very powerful gun, as you can see. We're at now we show you at wave 35 or 36 how strong this SPAS is. It is a pretty good gun. Like I was saying, it's strong, and I'm just trying to take some zombies down to get some ammo over there. I ended up grabbing a minigun. And a minigun I didn't review because you have to buy it. It's like $10. It's like 999 Robux. So I haven't bought the minigun yet. I don't think I ever will. I don't like the minigun because it moves so slow. It'll get you killed because you're going so slow. You can't kill all the zombies in time by the time they get to you. So minigun I would not recommend. Now the ray gun is also another drop that you can get in the game, which I have not. But the only way to get a ray gun permanent is to get it on the the wheel spin. You notice when you come into the game, if you play a few times, you may get some free spins. I think you may get one free spin every day you come in here. So, and sometimes you'll have different guns on there. There's a Stormbreaker or something, and another gun, and there's the ray gun. I have yet to get lucky enough to get the darn ray gun. I've been trying forever to get it. I probably spun the wheel 1,000 times, and just have not hit that ray gun yet. I don't know if I'm ever going to get it. So you see there, even at wave 36, the SPAS took down a brute with just 3 shots. It takes me about 10 swipes with my katana to take down a brute. The damage from the SPAS is about 400, and the damage from my katana is about 150. So the SPAS is a good gun. Now this is the Vector. It's the last gun on the list, the most expensive gun, but it did not fare very well in my chart because the ammo damage is only 28. It's not very strong. It does have a very high fire rate, but reserve ammo is low. Ammo in the clip is okay. It's like 63 in the clip. But, I mean, it came in at like number 18 or 17. It's just out of 24. It just did not rate well because of the limitations. Weak ammo. I mean, not really stronger than lower level machine guns for sure, but not even half as strong as the AK-47, and not even as strong as the Uzi or the MP7. Let's see, the MP7 strength is 29. Yeah, it's not even as strong as the MP7, so it's only 28. But you see, it has a extremely fast fire rate, and that helps it. But what ends up happening, even though it gives it a lot of temporary strength, it runs out of ammo quick. You run out of rounds in a clip very quick. So if you're not lucky enough to get an ammo box, you gotta rely on your secondary weapon or your melee weapon. So that's another reason why it rated low in my chart, is because of its limitations on ammo. There's an incendiary bullet, which is always nice to get your hands on because it increases the strength of your gun, I think, by 30%. The strength of your rounds. And you notice the difference in how much more quickly it takes down the zombies with the incendiary active. There's also game passes you can get in this game. There's a game pass that will increase your bullet strength by, I think, 25%. There's game passes to increase your speed by 25% or so, or a third. The game passes I got was a 50% increase in ammo storage, in reserve. I did not get this speed game pass. It allows you to run faster. which I might invest in because it's kind of my friend, one of my friends that I play with has that speed ammo, and I noticed it makes a big difference. And he always outruns me when I have to run to pull the fire alarm or something. He's always leaving me in the dust. I think of the other ones I got. I did not get this increased fire rate. I did not get that one. I think I show them in I did another Zombie Mayhem video, and I talked about the different perks in the game passes and whatnot. You can check that out. And it'll show the ones that I own. So, but anyway, I appreciate by checking this out. I hope it helps you if you want to try playing this game on deciding what weapons to get so you don't waste your hard-earned cash in the game, and help you level up quicker and survive longer in the game as you play. And a lot of it basically comes down to good old-fashioned skill, practice and skill. You got to learn how to run in this game by shift running. You got to do it in this game. Pretty much every zombie game, same thing. So here's the chart again. We'll go over it quick. The AK-47 came out on top. The VSS, which is what I said was the best sniper rifle, came out number 2. It's a combination of the strength of the ammo plus the amount of ammo that it carries. And it's got a accuracy of 300, which is the best accuracy of all the guns. So the M60, I'm sorry, came out 3rd, primarily due to the amount of ammo that it has, plus its strength, bullet strength. Then you get the shotguns, the Striker and the Spas. Then you get the RPD, which is another gun with a lot of ammo, but just the rounds are not as strong as the M60. And then you get the Uzi. And I'll go with any one of these guns, and if I were to do a run, I can just choose any one of these and I'll have fun with them. They're good guns. The FAMAS, again, as I mentioned before, has a strange fire rate. It fires 3 rounds at a time and then takes a pause and then fires 3 rounds. So that's the only thing that hurt it and dropped it down here, but it is a pretty strong gun and probably should be with the others on top. The AWM is only up there at number 9 because of its strength of the rounds. But it takes getting used to if you want to play around with that. Then you get the P90 because of the amount of ammo that it has and its fire rate made it pretty high. The Dragunov, another good sniper rifle. The MP7, and you start getting from here down, it's just the weaker, lower level guns, except for the Vector, which was very disappointing, unfortunately. And the Barrett was very disappointing. But anyway, again, I appreciate you checking this all out, and hope you get interested in the game. It's actually a pretty fun, well, for me, it's been a very fun zombie shooting game. I've enjoyed this for the past 3 months, played it primarily over anything else. I've kind of given up on doors. They made the game a lot more difficult. I don't know who they were listening to and why they made it more difficult than it ever was before, but they did. I've only played the new Hotel 3 times and made it through twice, only because I had to cross at door 100. And the Mines floor 2, I haven't even made it through that yet. I made it through 150, I think, and that's as far as I could go. I just can't get past the grumbles. They're just too difficult. And Zombie Rush I give it up on because of the developers. I guess you all know that story. But anyway, thanks for checking this out. I appreciate it. And give the game a try. I think you'll like it. It's a fun zombie shooting game. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye.